Hi, my name is Kasanda Bill. I'm a biker and I'm an amputee. I was involved in a motorcycle accident in 2015, October, that claimed my foot. It was the most challenging thing I've ever gone through in terms of emotional, physically, and mentally. It's one of those things that really drain you so much. These kind of contributed to me going down the drain of losing my mind, getting down the road of being depressed. Depression is real and it's claiming lives. Probably I couldn't be here if I never took the opportunity to actually fight it and come out of it successfully. For me, after the accident, nothing kind of was going according to plan, because there was a way I used to go around my daily routine. There's a way I used to do my own things, going to work, interacting with people. There's a way, or there's what people perceived when they saw me with 2 feet. So losing one kind of made that everything had to change. People who were just looking at me with sympathetic eyes, they couldn't really. The conversations were no longer conversation. They were no longer interesting. People around me were kind of scared to actually even talk to me. Why? Because they don't want to press the buttons that will hurt me. So getting to a point where life was meaningless, to a point where like I don't care about anything, I decided to seek help. I went online, asked a friend of mine about where I can get somebody who can help me through whatever I was going through. Then he recommended an online platform for me to go and share. Then from that online platform, I kind of bought a session with a guy from the UK. It's called Wilson. So I started a session with him. First, I wasn't actually looking for a session to basically like heal. I was looking for somebody who I could open up to, just let those feelings go. So from me talking to him, he was one of the most important things that happened to me at that time. Why? Because he listened to me, one, without actually a perspective of how I was supposed to do things, or without even judging the path that I was going through at that moment. He allowed me to express myself, and more often enough he used to ask me questions triggered from the things I used to say. So it's at that point he kind of made me realize what I was what I was giving up. We went through a process of me realizing what I was giving up, like what I no longer valued. So when I got to a point where I started seeing the value in the things I had achieved up until that point, family, people who are around me, that was one of the things that kind of helped me to start putting actions, or probably starting doing things around me to get better. Like even washing my face, even wheeling myself around the house, wheeling myself out of the house to go and enjoy our sunshine. It was at that point that I kind of now started seeing the value in life. But one of the most important thing I've discovered and I've learned is, when you're depressed, nothing makes sense. Like everything, everything to you doesn't make, there's nothing that is fun. Everything is negative. Even a comment from somebody around you comes out negative. Even probably you having food that doesn't, everything is negative. So it's a hard place to come out of. And one thing I really encourage people out there is to start talking. You don't need to talk to probably your wife, your family, or your friend. Talk to somebody you feel vulnerable to. It might never be somebody who you're very, very close to, but there's that one person. Don't for men, don't walk this path alone. It's too overwhelming. It's too overwhelming. So yeah, I just encourage guys to find. Also, you need to establish genuine friendship with people around you. So somebody you trust is somebody you can open up to, and somebody you can open up to and somebody you trust need to be somebody who can't judge you, and somebody who needs to have your best interest first. So if you get to a point where you feel like nothing makes sense, it still does make sense to talk about it. Yeah, and depression is an illness, so we need to get help. We need to get proper medical help. We need to go there. It's something that needs to be treated, and it's treatable. Depression is treatable. So yes, if you also need to examine yourself. Sometimes for us men, you can be going down that train and you have no idea at all of what's happening. So it's really, 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 really important for you to be very, very alert. I hope this gets to inspire somebody out there. Life in itself, it can be challenging, and it can have unpredictable outcomes here and there, but what life again is worth living. We have so much good energy in this life if you get to acknowledge it, and it's a process. So you might be going through this at this point in time, but seek help. Go there and visit the hospitals and clinics around when you're in Nairobi. There are a couple of clinics and hospitals that can give you proper medical help, and just keep at it. It's discouraging at times. You start over, then you fall back over and over again, but just keep at it. Keep at it. Life is worth living. There's beauty in life. Be blessed.